Once again, I got the Enoze busted down, and you'll notice I have it disassembled all the way down to the parts again. Took about, at this point I've done it so many times, it's just about second nature. But what I'm going to suggest, today's video is going to be a little different. So I have the Enoze completely disassembled, and I'm going to point this out. I'm cleaning out the grease and oil things that I put here. So there's a reason. As I was driving my Enoze around, scooting in the living room, I found myself in a situation where my car's performance was declining. So upon further inspection, everything is there, nothing's too tight, everything is okay. So, what's going on? Well, when I took apart the axle, I have grease here, but you can maybe see it a little bit. There's a lot of dust and dirt and debris that built up along these axles. So what essentially it did was made these sandpaper. So as I'm driving, my car is more bogged down. So what I'm going to say is, I know I showed you all in the instructions where it stated to lubricate the moving parts. What I'm going to say is, lubricate things like your differentials. Lubricate things like your drive axles that are sealed. These are all sealed components. But your external components like this, your axles and your dog bones, those areas are going to pick up dust and dirt and debris and other contaminants that they'll just find themselves caking up and sitting on top, and next thing you know, your vehicle's performance is declining, or you're damaging the hub carriers. So what you don't want to do in that regard is damage them, because right now you'd have to buy a completely separate car. They don't have replacement parts available yet, since this is a new model. I did reach out directly to Enoze and directly to, so that's better. See all that cleaned off there. Reached out directly to Enoze and directly to the store from AliExpress that sells for them, and both said that the accessories would be coming out later, but for the moment, I gotta get the rest of that oil out of there, rest of that grease out of there. That's much better. There we go. They said for the moment they haven't released the stuff because the model is so new, but they do plan on releasing these parts. Now, again, I fell in love with this vehicle because it gives me the option to do this right here, and it's not a very expensive platform, but it has a lot of potential. I understand right now drifting is the big thing. Drift and drift everywhere you go. Drift, drift, drift. Me, I'm a track racing guy. I love track racing. So this car kind of gives me an option to still maintain track racing and, not be stuck with drifting and drifting and drifting. So that being said, that's all I have in this video. So please, once again, and I know there's already going to be a guy in the comments, well, I already knew you weren't supposed to do that. You guys are supposed to know. Listen, that's great. That's wonderful. And that's wonderful. There's a cookie in the kitchen. Go help yourself. All right. The rest of us that are learning this stuff as we go along, this is who I'm talking to. Not the seasoned veteran that has all the experience and never does anything wrong. So, all that said, you all have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of your week.